Hello, this is PSCORE. With this presentation, we would like to give you more insights on child labor within North Korea. Child labor is restricted by North Korean and international law, yet countless testimonies from North Korean defectors reveal that child labor is an institutionalized form of child exploitation within and outside the North Korean education system. First, a brief description of who we are. PSCORE is a nonprofit NGO established in 2006 by North Korean defectors and like-minded people. Our team is comprised of a variety of people, North Koreans, South Koreans, as well as people from many other countries. PSCORE strongly advocates for the protection of North Korean human rights, and we aim to promote understanding and awareness on North Korean people who are often misunderstood and unheard. I would like to now introduce our recently published report entitled Unending Toil, Child Labor Within North Korea. The motivation behind this particular report came about during our weekly English classes, where we hear hundreds of stories from defectors about life in North Korea. These stories inspired our previous reports on daily life in North Korea and education. In conjunction with these, our newest report looks more closely at child labor in the DPRK. 37 defector testimonies were used in the creation of this report and has led us to conclude that child labor is an institutionalized form of exploitation in North Korea. According to North Korea law, a child is a person who is 16 and under. The ILO's definition of child labor was used for this report. Although North Korea officially prohibits child labor, the testimonies clearly show that these laws are intentionally ignored. Child labor is most clearly institutionalized in North Korea's educational system. The prime example is the agricultural labor support. Here you can read defector testimonies on this form of child labor. There are two forms of agricultural labor support, local and long-term. During the local support, students are forced to work during and after school times. They must perform hard and intense work every day, which harms their educational development and limits their actual learning time. During the long-term agricultural labor support, children are expected to invest entire months to work on a farm continuously without attending school. This happens mostly during harvest season. Here you can see the schedule of the agricultural labor support in spring. As you can see, it is extremely labor-intensive and time-consuming, with barely any breaks. Students are expected to perform such tasks from dawn until sunset. Additional labors in other seasons are indicated in our report. Another form of institutionalized child labor is in mandatory item collections. Officially, the North Korean government is supposed to provide all necessary materials to schools. However, in reality, the burden is largely placed on schools, who in turn delegate it to the children. In order to get all of the school materials needed, children need to collect items such as scrap iron or wood after school. Failure to turn these items results in reprimands, physical, verbal, and relational punishments, including public shaming, which is systematized as weekly criticism sessions. Item collection is a big burden for children because they have to go into dangerous situations to fulfill these unreasonable quotas. Instead of studying, they're forced into collecting items to supplement the school and government. Agricultural labor support and item collection are the biggest forms of institutionalized child labor in the education system, but there are many other forms as well. For example, children have to participate in mass games or mass performances known as arirang performance, in which they're forced into painstakingly long hours of intense training. They also have to support construction sites, and sometimes they even have to work in dangerous conditions. It is common for children to build houses or repair railroads. Here you can read the perspectives of teachers, parents, and students alike on the mandatory labor in the educational system. What is striking is that all of them seem to have passively accepted this fate. They see it as a part of life, which they're used to because they don't know any better. Outside of the educational system, child labor is also prevalent, especially in prison camps, orphanages, and relief shelters. Prison camps are designated for North Korean citizens that have committed a crime or that are expressed dissatisfaction with the regime. Children are also locked up in these camps if their parents are. In these camps, basic education is lacking and children are exploited. In addition, orphanages and relief shelters should be places where children are taken care of. Instead, children are being neglected and expected to work extremely hard. Lacking basic necessities such as clothing and food, they still have to work in construction and mining sites. Another form of child labor takes place in detention centers. Children are brought here after an unsuccessful attempt of crossing the border or after repatriation from China. They have to stay there for different periods of time. Here, the children are exploited for commercial ends, such as making clasps for accessories. We have just described some of the major forms of child labor in North Korea. However, there are many more, as you can see on this slide. Child labor is institutionalized in North Korea in many ways, but mainly through education. All these different forms place an immense burden on North Korean children. They do not receive proper education, do not have free time, and have to place themselves in dangerous situations, which are harmful to the health or even deathly. After collecting these testimonies from defectors, we have the following recommendations for the international community and North Korea. First, the international community needs to strongly demand North Korea to immediately end all forms of child labor, item collections, national mobilization, and other forms of exploitation. Also, capable institutions and organizations should continue to communicate to the United Nations and the international community the children's rights situation in North Korea. We strongly urge the international community to advocate and raise awareness for this issue. For North Korea, we recommend that the DPRK raise the minimum working age for children who are currently working to 18 years old. Furthermore, we recommend the DPRK to provide proper and extensive education in schools, accessible to all children that meet the criteria of the UN Convention on the Rights of the Child. Lastly, we urge the government of the DPRK to provide any material or finances that schools may need in accordance to what it has promised to do in their constitution. While the historic dialogue between South and North Korea and the U.S. have taken place, the human rights violations still exist and will continue to exist if this issue is not addressed and acknowledged. We have to remember that the human rights situation in North Korea is extremely bad. Children in particular do not enjoy the freedoms they deserve and are supposed to have. Our research highlights the atrocities children experience every single day. We need to take action, and for that, we need your support. Your effort will bring North Korean children that much closer to living the life they deserve. Raise awareness by sharing this video, and for more ideas on how to participate in promoting North Korean human rights, please visit our website.